Roll call.
Ken Brown. Dennis Hendricks.
Mickey Rose. Lucy Marino.
Don Halvin. Peggy Lee.
Okay, Thank you. Okay, we have a quorum. However, Steve is out of town. He's working in Cleveland this week, so we will miss him tonight. Can we have introduction of staff, please?
Ken Allstott.
Kathy Mazzoli. Kim Hilmold. And tonight we have with us Nina Resnick, who is half of our new camp host duo. She and her husband Howard. So, yay Nina. Okay, public comment. Public comment is a right granted to the public. It is reserved for items that are not listed on the agenda but under this board's jurisdiction. Please be informed that public participation under public comment will be limited to 5 minutes per speaker, and in accordance with state law, the board will not comment or otherwise consider such public comment item for business until and unless such time has been properly agendized at a future meeting. Peter.
Peter Toledo.
Yeah.
To all of me. Just a minute. I looked in yesterday's paper, looked in today's paper, and yea and behold, the Mother Lode Fair Board meeting is not listed in the Union Democrat. What a tragedy. Maybe you can assign somebody or raise holy hell over there, because I think it's important that the public be aware. I know we live in the time of internet, and you can, but some people don't even know how to get there. So it might be good to raise somebody's chain.
Thank you.
Thanks for the sign.
Yes, Peter, thank you very much for making our signs.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Okay, correspondence. We received correspondence from, I think that's Joy Passeri. Thank you. We're so grateful for all of the amazing work you did to save our community from the Detweiler fire. I cried when I saw the burned areas right around saved homes. With gratitude, Joy Passeri. And then from the Yosemite Mariposa County Tourism Bureau, Dear Sonora Fairgrounds, on behalf of the entire Mariposa County travel industry, thank you for your diligence and commitment to saving the towns of Mariposa, Bear Valley, and Coulterville, as well as dozens of vacation rental homes and businesses throughout the region. Your tireless efforts protected the livelihood of so many in this county who rely on the tourism industry and its economic vitality. So anyway, it was just a very nice letter. I believe that they sent to everyone that participated, and as you know, we opened up the fairgrounds to the Red Cross, who took in the evacuees from the Detweiler fire. Okay, consent calendar. All matters listed under consent calendar are considered by the board of directors to be routine and will be enacted in one motion by category in the order listed below. There will be no discussion of these items prior to the time of the board of directors votes on the motion, unless a member of the board, staff, or public requests specific items to be discussed, separated, and or removed from this section. Approval of minutes for meeting August 30th, 2017, regular board meeting. Monthly bills and receipts, August 2017. Monthly contract report, August 2017.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for August 30th, 2017, the monthly bills receipts for August 2017, and the monthly contract report for August 2017.
Okay, we have a motion.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar. Those in favor?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Motion carries. New business. Upcoming Fair Board meeting dates for November and December. I gave everyone a calendar so that you would know. We don't always know what's going on. So our normal November board meeting would be the 22nd, which is the day before Thanksgiving, and I would really like to move that to the following week, the 29th. Any thoughts?
I make a motion to move the November meeting to November 29th at 5:30 at the Creekside Building. I will second that motion.
Any discussion? Any discussion from the public? It's been moved and seconded to move the November meeting to November 29th. All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Motion carries.
Who was the second on that?
Okay, so for December, our normal meeting is the 27th, which is 2 days after Christmas. I don't know if people have plans to be gone that week, or if that's a conflict for anybody. Any discussion?
I don't know if you can hit a date in December that gets any better.
Okay. So
I didn't hear that.
Ron said that he doesn't think there's any better date in December.
I agree.
It is a very busy month.
I would recommend the 13th.
Ooh. That's kind of fun. That's pretty early. How does everyone feel about that? Which is why I printed your calendar.
And I have a reason for wanting it, but I can't say it right now, but I think it would behoove the fair to have it on the 13th.
Okay.
It's our committee meeting.
Is that your
date.
motion?
No, I'm just throwing it out as a discussion item.
The 13th looks good for me. How does,
I'll probably not attend. I have another meeting that month.
okay.
Looks doable now for me.
Okay.
I think that would be a better option than the 27th. I mean, it's just, that's such a busy week with Christmas, and then I'm leaving on a cruise, so.
Oh, God.
Just saying.
And we're all invited. Mickey's taking this.
I think that's the farthest to travel to our meeting, so I would say around his schedule.
And he's thinking that's a good day.
No?
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be traveling during that week if I.
I have to.
Oh.
I got to travel the whole world on the 2 days before, and then get back here from the North Pole.
Well, thank you for saying that. All right, so the 13th looks kind of good. What do you think? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to move the December regularly scheduled board meeting to December 13th, 5:30. I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to move our December meeting from the 27th to the 13th. Is there any discussion? Public discussion?
Do you ever postpone the meeting because you don't really have any real active business during that time till January?
I think we have business. though.
Okay. Because it's putting them a week between each other.
Yeah.
You have to pass the budget that night.
Yeah.
Okay, just a question. You asked if there was a question.
Yes,
But it's
thank
a good
you.
question.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I know, and in the past there
I
have
tried to make it
been-
easy on you.
have been instead Christmas get-togethers type of thing instead of a meeting
I know it
in the
has.
past. So, you know, all right. All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Awesome. So we have decisively moved some dates. Okay. The 2018 fair theme suggestions. Now, Maren, you have something, would you prefer to discuss that under your committee?
No, we'll do it. It's on the
Okay.
agenda now.
Okay.
So, the suggestion had been made that we have, rather than us coming up with a fair theme, we have a contest to name the 2018 fair. So the plan is that that's going to go out through social media and the newspaper, that we'll be having a contest during the month of October. People can give their fair theme suggestions either through our social media sites, our website, email, or regular old mail, or drop it off at the fair office. And then a committee will look at all those entries or suggestions, and we'll bring a slate of suggestions. I'm thinking 3 to 5, just sort of, we'll see how many great ones we have for the whole board to vote on at the November meeting. And then the lucky winner, whose suggestion we choose, will get recognition on our social media and a prize pack of tickets to the fair.
So Calaveras, theirs was just announced in the newspaper, and they have taken it a step further, and now they're having a contest for the artwork.
And we had discussed that, and I think what we'd like to do is let October happen, see like how much we get, and then if people aren't super into it, then we might waive that part. But if we get good response, let's open it up. And there's nothing that says we have to choose the artwork if it's not exactly what we want. But I think it'll be a great way to bring some attention to the fair and get people excited, draw people to our social media sites during this time that's kind of quiet for the fair. And it saves all of us having to think up something brilliant.
And I think it's an excellent idea. Amateur also does it, and I think we talked about it 3 years ago, about doing it, and it wasn't of interest, but I think it's a great idea to get the community involved.
Okay,
And
so
we'll take suggestions tonight from people who brought ideas.
yeah, they can write it down, put their name on it, and we'll accept those, and then that goes to Maren.
And the artwork part, you're talking about the cover of the book? Or is it
For
the
the-
theme for the entries, in the entry division?
First the theme,
The poster,
and then
the book?
Right,
Okay.
right.
We'll see how it
I'm
goes.
going to assume, and maybe that's the wrong thing to do, that if the same suggestion comes from more than one person, you'll draw from those to pick the winner.
Yeah, I think if they're identical and we choose then I think we can give a prize pack to more than one person.
Can we put it in a Union Democrat, and can we put it as a PSA announcement on the radio?
We're working on
Yes. So mymotherlode.com, plan on having a meeting tomorrow. Attempted twice with the Union Democrat, but I'll try again.
Well, and that'd be great, because I think they should get involved.
It's a great idea. I know when Maren and I met, I told her about Merced doing it, and they've done it like that for years. They put it out in the newspaper and their social media, and they had a lot of participation, and it was fun. And then the winner did get the recognition everywhere, and then I believe that their artwork came from the same person. I'm not 100% sure how that went, but they did a recommendation for the name for the fair, and then or for the event, and then the drawing.
So I
Do you
know
know
we
what
used to
Calaveras
do
chose
it.
already, by the way?
Pardon?
Did you read, what did Calaveras choose for their theme for next weekend?
I can't remember it, but they
It's
did
real
choose.
catchy, I can tell you that.
I think last year's was catchy for them too, but it was the same one that was used at Calaveras Fair and Chowchilla Fair at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Pull it up on my mother load.
Okay, well, moving on. I do want to say that, yes, this fair used to also do that, used to do a contest. Yeah, it's been a long time, long time. Old business. The strategic plan, I gave everybody on the board, I gave you all notes, strategic planning process, next steps. I think we need to be looking at this to revisit what we need to be working on. Quite a bit of these things we did or partially did during the fair or leading up to the fair, but it's time that we get back to it. I mean, for instance, we have a 5-year plan under building and grounds. We've accomplished that. But there's quite a few things that we haven't done yet. Friends of the Fairgrounds is moving forward, trying to get more people interested and having more fundraisers. That was some of the things that was on the suggestion list. So, it's coming along. One of our outreach events that we did. Maren put on the sponsors luncheon. You know, so quite a few things that we've done, but we need to see what it is we need to do next.
Would it be helpful to have one of the other fairgrounds in the area, or two, that have very successful Friends of the Fairgrounds, like $400,000 to $500,000, come over? They've offered before, okay?
Yeah.
Come over and tell us how to do it and what type of person you need to be looking for on your committee. I think everybody needs to hear the same thing.
Well, and that's, you know, we should get with Bart on that. He's not here tonight, but yeah. He was here when Calaveras made their presentation.
Oh, I'm not talking, that's not.
No, I know
yeah.
that, I know. But I'm just saying that, you know, he liked,
But those aren't the people that are the friends of the Calaveras or Amador Fair.
right, but they talked about how they did it. So,
Calaveras is,
theme,
what did you say, Going Frog Wild?
yeah, that was pretty cute.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, last year was Keep Calm Frog On.
So at any rate, here are these things that we need to be looking at and doing. One of the things that we really tried to accomplish before the fair was a volunteer coordinator, and that just didn't happen. We had several people in mind, and they looked at the size of it and just said, it's not something I'm capable of doing right now. So I'm open for suggestions. Does each committee want to look at this and come back with ideas on things?
Why doesn't each committee look at them and come back next month with a list of things that how they're going to accomplish?
Okay.
Buildings and grounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or Friends of the Fair 7.
Right.
I think several committees will have to look past the next step because we've accomplished that.
Yes.
And then pull back out the full plan and choose a goal from there.
Okay. So does that sound good to everyone? All right.
And some of them are intertwined.
They are. Some of them are, you know, you have to get together, basically. All right, let's move on to committee reports. Finance Committee.
Okay, I think Missy passed out the projections. Did you pass them out? to
Yeah,
everybody?
everyone should
Let's
have
start
them.
with the projection sheet. I think I found it very amazing. I was in the office doing some revenue projections, and if anybody wants a copy of it, I think I have more copies here, or I'll give you copies after. We are doing really well this year. 2017, so far through July, our revenue is $354,000. Our expenses of $234,000, so we're $120,000 to the good. 2016, right now, we have revenue of $300,280. We have expenses of $569,000, so we're at $268,000 in the hole as of July. 2015, we had revenue of 156, expenses of 184, and we were in the hole at that point through July of minus 27,987. In 2014, we had revenue as of the end of July at 356,493, expenses of 691,593, and we were in the hole 235,100. That's where our money went, that we had kind of rat holed. So we're doing much better this year. We're already ahead $120,000, and it looks like by the end of the year, if we keep up at the same pace with our RV rentals and our RV rallies and our building rentals, we'll come out really well this year and keep our expenses low. Cash flow. Right now, we have cash on hand of $296,000. We have accounts receivable of $18,000 and liabilities of $63,000. Our balance sheet, we show current assets of $408. We have fixed assets of $1 million something, Our liabilities are 126,000, but when you look at the balance sheet, you're also including all the inflow and outflow for those payroll liability items that we had to pick up according to the new law, which is for your retirement. And that retirement goes all the way back for years. So we're actually doing real well. And the accounts receivable, we're going to work on that this month. We do have some accounts receivable, and by next month we hope to get them cleaned up. But I think if you look at your projections for the year, we are much ahead of where we were the last 3 years.
Okay, policy and procedures.
Well, we didn't have a meeting this last month, but Dennis and I have talked, and we're going to have a meeting, I think week after next, yeah.
Yes.
And then we will have quite a few sections of the policy and procedure that will be mailed out to everyone, emailed out to everyone, so that they can be prepared for the next meeting to discuss or vote on.
Okay, what's the date of your next meeting?
We don't know yet.
Okay, because we like to put that on the calendar in case anyone wants to attend. Exhibits and entertainment.
Well, present. Nikki and I met, a lot of the time we talked about the Name the Fair contest, and we just preliminary kind of started talking about arena entertainment,
That we need to get working on that as quick as possible for next year.
Okay. And also the premium book.
yes.
Okay.
I think our goal is to have at least the home arts section done in January.
Later January, good.
Yeah.
I volunteered to type it, because that's what I did with the livestock part of the premium book. But it'd be nice if there was a file to start from.
I have the file. I did it last year.
Yeah.
I did it this
Yeah.
last year.
I have a question. The state site has all the things we're supposed to include in it. Do we take that PDF off the state site and insert it into ours?
I read through everything that they said and checked it against that ours was, I continued in the, general format that ours had been in. And I want to say I changed maybe 4 words, but I did take the 2 and compare them.
Okay. Building and grounds.
Well, we didn't have a meeting, but I did, at the suggestion of one of the people involved with the Celtic Fair, went out and looked at the pavement area out there, because they've had really bad problems when it rains, flooding some of the booths out there. I think we need to be prepared a little better before, if it looks like it's going to rain, at least have enough sandbags in order to direct the water that comes off the RV area and comes across over to the Manzanita building, to keep it going that way instead of going out into the area behind the grandstands, the grass area. So I think we definitely need to be more prepared. The real solution is repaving. But we can't afford that because right out there, over toward the gate that we don't use, there is a dip in the pavement, and that fills up, I'm sure it fills up real quick. And then it takes a while for it to get over the hump and go into the drain. So that's all I did for our meeting, which we didn't have.
Anything new on the roof bids?
Yeah, gosh, yes, we have one. We have it. It's 13,000 something. I keep forgetting. I will go home and write the note. I'll go home and forward it to Ken. And that's only for this building. They haven't, no one's come back with a bid for the Sierra building. So
We do
I
want to
have-
make Sierra the priority.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that we may have to reach out to maybe a company in Modesto or something that
Right.
might come up here. It seems like the roofers up here just really don't want to mess with metal.
And can we get it done so I don't want to call you 5 times and then when I get the telephone calls in December on the 23rd and 24th, when it's leaking and there are 12 garbage cans on the floor?
Your job.
Yeah.
We did offer her last year to change buildings before her
They were
event.
all leaking.
She did not want to move.
Yeah. Well, as a temporary measure, could we possibly buy some buckets of coating and somehow get that applied to stop those puddles that come in there? I don't know.
I'll get with Mr. Bowers, he'll be back in the area next week. And there was some talk about maybe attempting to silicone around where it was screwed or nailed in initially, and then on the seams. But I'll get back with him and see if he really thinks that that's feasible, and then do we have the manpower to do it?
And I will send you pictures of Dan, of metal roofs. They tried to do that with new metal roofs, and it doesn't work, so you can see it.
Yeah.
I had a couple of questions regarding the grounds. Coming in tonight, coming from the highway up, I thought that we were going to have the creek cleaned out by now. And it's really unbecoming. It's all the way down the ditch and come in our driveway and you've got 14 feet of weeds coming out. So the entrance, we have a huge event coming Saturday and it really is not an impressive sight. Also parking over here brought to my attention again the handicap signs. You can barely see the painted handicap sign.
Well, we
So-
also need signs up on
Stanchions.
posts to make them legal.
But just, you know, we've talked about it, we've been talking about the creek for quite some months now, and it's still not done, so I was just wondering if there has been any further movement forward on that.
My understanding is, and there's a city councilman standing here, my understanding is the city is supposed to take care of that creek every year before the rains, and they clean it out. And Jim's checking his head yes. So maybe somebody needs to call Tim Miller.
Take care of that tomorrow.
Is there any possibility of it being done before Saturday?
Good luck.
I doubt it, but I bet you better have it before the next rains, before it floods.
We don't have enough goats around to get in there.
Also on the grounds, a concern that we've talked about for several meetings now is parking for events. Is that under this?
Well, we can't make new grounds. I mean, this
No,
is
I
what
know,
we
but
have.
what I would like to know is like in the back, is there any additional parking where a lot of the trees are? Can any of those trees be pulled out to make way for future parking at any given time? I haven't walked it in a long time, so I really can't remember. It was a suggestion that was made to me. We have 2 huge promoters that bring Celtic, and now with the one coming this weekend, and their concern is to continue on having their events here is the parking.
Here's another idea.
Excuse me?
Here's another idea for parking. Brian Adcock and I met with Tim Miller a year or 2 ago, and up Southgate Road is city property that goes into the TUD area. I think Dan went out there with me one time. They would love to sell it to somebody, but I don't, it's going to take a lot of work. But there is parking out there. If the city, 1, would let us use it, and 2, they could run a shuttle back. There's parking out there.
Where is this?
Well, Southgate Road, you keep going down where the dog pound is, stop at the dog pound and get out and walk. It's that whole area there before the TUD.
Where the old pound was.
Yeah,
where it used to be.
Well, it's just, it's been brought up to me by both of the promoters that hold large events here. And I think it's an issue that we're going to have to address.
They mean the trees out where the RVs are?
No, in the back, way down.
Oh,
Where
that's the
Where we,
barns.
Yeah,
where
where
we
the-
talked about making, wedding venue and all of that and
In the livestock area?
cleaning.
Not
cleaning-
in the
No,
livestock.
but that, I don't know what you call that.
Behind the
that-
flooring center?
The dirt lot?
The dirt
The
lot.
dirt
back
lot,
there.
yeah. They can park there.
If
You mean
there's
where
any
those-
way
where
to
those-
clean that up and provide more parking. It's
those
just,
things are out
both
there, those
of these
cement
promoters
things?
have come to me with this issue. And even though this is the first event for our newest promoter, it's an issue that he's already thinking about for next year. And we've got probably about 6,000 paid attendees coming on Saturday. That's going to be an issue, and they plan on getting that even more for next year. So
They've sold 6,000 tickets to the event. How many can we hold?
they sold about 250 yesterday, and I don't know what today's amount was.
So they've sold 6,000 tickets?
Approximately 6,000.
Are we big enough to hold 6,000 people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think they sell.
But I mean, it's just, and just,
that many.
I printed this out, this is what they're doing, but all I'm saying is that if we want to continue to have large events here, such as Celtic and the ones that Trado is proposing to do, we've got to address the issue of parking.
Well, I don't know that you're going to get many parking spaces down there. I mean, we'll never have enough parking.